Hi, this is Armchair Arcade video game review, this time by Mark Vergeer, featuring Konami's Arcade Advance for the Game Boy Advance. Yet another attempt by the industry to breathe new life into some old games. It features no more than 6 original games, and this time Konami tried their best to create almost arcade-perfect conversions of the old games, and I must say I like the result. It's nothing more than that though. No fancy graphics, no enhanced graphics, just something that looks very close to the original sprites and sounds very much like the original arcade. Not only the looks and sounds are similar, but also the gameplay itself actually feels like the arcade originals. It's much unlike other classic rehashes I've played, where the games might look and sound similar, but the gameplay doesn't really feel the same. You select the games from a fancy game selection screen. Now on to Frogger. As you can see and hear, the sounds and even the weird color schemes of the old original arcade is preserved. The graphics are almost full size and the screen has to scroll vertically to be able to accommodate the entire playing field on the tiny Game Boy Advance screen. I still find it amazing for this amphibious creature not being able to swim, but then again, it's a nice game. All in all, a very fine Frogger conversion. Scramble. The first time I played this game was on the Vectrex game system, then I was exposed to it in the arcades. Well, I must say I prefer the Vectrex version over the arcade, but here again you have a perfectly playable conversion of the arcade original. It plays exactly the same, but it does feel a lot faster than the original arcade. A game that has multiple levels featuring the same high standards that we saw in the Frogger game. Time Pilot. I bought this game for my Commodore 64 and it was virtually identical to the arcade. I have played this game a lot and was amazed to see how good the conversion to the Game Boy Advance has succeeded. Everything is there, from the parallax scrolling clouds in the sky to the various fighter planes of the different eras that you need to shoot and the parachutists that you can save. Despite the tiny controls of the Game Boy Advance, a very playable experience. Gyros. Now, there is a game that I truly have played a lot. I bought this for my Commodore 64 when it came out, and I was pleasantly surprised to find out that I could play the arcade machine quite well with the skills I learned on the Commodore 64 version. This is my favorite game on this cartridge, and it features all the goodies found in the arcade. Gameplay truly feels identical to the arcade game. GR Kung Fu. One of the first fighter games out there. Not one of my favorites, but this title also features graphics and gameplay that feel the same as the arcade. A very good conversion. Rush and Attack. Rush and Attack is also known as Green Beret and is another fun game that was released on this cartridge. I've played this game at the Video Arcade, the Commodore 64 and on the Nintendo Entertainment System. The Commodore 64 version is a tough game, and so is this arcade conversion. All the games feature a multiplayer mode where it is possible to link up 2 Game Boy Advance systems and play together. I wasn't able to test out this feature, but I also believe it is possible to connect 2 systems when only one person uses a cartridge. I was pleasantly surprised by this cartridge collection, perhaps because the games are kept very close to their original version. Mark 1970 signing off.